welcome back to another video. In today's video, as you guys can see by the title, we are creating this makeup look right here, which girl, I'm in love with the new Maddie Ziegler collection. And girl, did you peep? I said her name right, okay? A lot of you guys in my Ulta haul was like, girl, her name is pronounced Ziegler, not Ziegler. I apologize, okay? I am not the greatest with names, but listen, I appreciate you guys DMing me and telling me, girl, you're saying her name wrong. So I did pick up the entire collection. So of course, today's makeup look was actually inspired by her beautiful look on this eyeshadow palette, you guys. So this is what the cover of the palette looks like. It is absolutely gorgeous. And at first I was like, I really want to recreate this look, but then I was like, girl, what's the fun in that, you know? So I was like, I'm actually going to be inspired by the look and give it my own little twist. So this is what I created today. We're having like a pastel dream moment, and this is what the inside of the palette looks like, you guys. It is so beautiful. I cannot even tell you guys how worth it this palette is. I would definitely pick it up if you guys were thinking about picking it up and haven't done so already. It is beautiful. You get your neutrals in here. Of course, you have your pops of color. And what I like about this palette the most is the fact that these pops of color can actually be mixed in with one of these neutrals, if that makes sense. You could definitely incorporate them in a neutral look is what I'm trying to say. Even if you put it like on the lower lash line, in the inner corner, they're super easy to work with and they're so beautiful. The pigment is insane. So we are going to be playing with the eyeshadow palette, of course. I also picked up the Dew Bomb, which looks like this. Of course, you guys will see my thoughts for everything in the video. And then I did pick up all three of the lip and cheek duos. So I'm going to keep the intro super sweet, super short because we have a long video ahead of us. Before we get into the video, as always, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. And of course, without further ado, if you guys would like to see how I created these pastel clouds, then just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so let's jump into today's look. So of course I want to show you guys up close shots of the palette. I was gonna say up close pictures, but here's what the palette looks like. Here's what the inside looks like. And to go ahead and prep my lid, I'm gonna be using the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor Number 2, and I actually apply a lot of this to my lid, you guys. I just feel like the more the better, and I do like to cover my entire lid all the way out to the tail of my brow and up to the brow bone as well. And I'm just gonna be using a domed brush to do this, and I like to tap it out instead of swiping it across my lid. I just feel like you get the best coverage that way. So the first shade I'm going to be using is a shade called She Insists, which is a beautiful purple. And obviously I'm going to keep this just on the outer corner. And right now I'm just worrying about packing on that pigment. And then I'm going to go in with the shade called 5, and I'm going to be doing the same thing with this blue color, but instead of putting it on the outer corner, of course, we're putting it in the inner corner. So now really quickly what I did is just took a brush and I took a little bit more of each shade and went ahead and just blended out that harsh line. This is super simple and super easy, and you do not have to worry about really blending the center where the two colors meet because we're going to cover that with clouds anyway, so don't be too concerned. So now I'm going to go in with the shade called Butterfly Fantasy, which is a beautiful cream shade, and you guys, this color was so pigmented, it was crazy. So I put that on my brow bone and then of course blended the purple into that shade. And then to start these clouds, I'm going to be using the P. Louise base in the shade Number 0. And this is just a pure white base, you guys. You could definitely use a white concealer, whatever works for you. So I'm first taking this small brush, and I only use this because it has that nice U shape, and I just basically tapped it on. This was kind of like my guideline or like a template, if you will. And then I went in with this smaller detailed brush and really went in and created those clouds. So this is something that is so difficult to explain. I hope you guys can just see what I'm doing. After I was completed with actually creating the shape of the cloud, I went back in with the eyeshadow and went over that white base. That's what I'm doing here. And as you guys can see, that's what's going to give you that beautiful 3D effect with your clouds, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to go back in with that small brush, and you don't want to leave too much space in between the two clouds. You kind of want to have them a little bit closer together, but not too close to where you're not going to see the purple. Girl, I'm trying to explain this as best as I can, but that's literally all I did, you guys. I just repeated that step over and over and over, and you honestly just have to do this by eye because everyone's eye shape is different. Luckily I have quite a bit of eye space, even though I do have kind of hooded eyes. So yeah, I really hope that was a okay explanation because trying to explain this is hard. So then I went in with the shade Butterfly Fantasy again. And I just went over the whitest part of the cloud, so just the outlining of the cloud. And basically what that's going to do is to help make it stand out again, because keep in mind we're packing on eyeshadow over it. So the white could definitely look a little washed out and not as vibrant. So it's basically just like refreshing the color. And then I went ahead and popped on my lashes. And that is basically it for the eyes, you guys. Let's move on to the face. Okay, you guys, so the eyes are pretty much done at this point as far as the lid and the clouds. So for primer today, I'm going to be using the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer. This is what it looks like right here, you guys. I have been loving this primer. This is definitely a dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. It is so good, you guys. I love it. Even the consistency, the texture, everything about it is so similar. It even has like that green color to it. And actually I saw this on Juicy Jazz's channel. She had mentioned it and I was like, oh girl, next time I'm in Walmart, I'm picking it up. And I did, and girl, it's amazing. Honestly, you guys, I do feel like the Hard Candy one is definitely a little bit more hydrating than the Milk one, and I cannot believe I'm saying that because you guys know I love that one. But girl, this one has been so amazing. I am honestly obsessed. So I'm gonna let that sit on my skin a little bit. I like to wait until it gets a little bit tacky. So in the meantime, let me just show you guys which foundations I'm gonna be using today. So I'm gonna be mixing two foundations today. I'm gonna mix the Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Foundation in the shade 3.5, which looks like this. And I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of my NARS Sheer Glow in the shade Santa Fe, which looks like this. The Beauty Creations is more full coverage, so the NARS foundation definitely helps to loosen it up. And I'm actually not gonna use a brush to blend it out today. I'm gonna just be using my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge, which is my jam. Okay, you guys, so I'm gonna put about that much on my skin. Girl, I still have so much on the back of my hand. Like, am I the only one that always pumps out way too much foundation and doesn't use it? It's honestly ridiculous, but I'm gonna actually just leave it on the back of my hand for now, just in case I want to add a little bit more coverage. So like I said, I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. Total Face Sponge, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out. Do you guys see that coverage? So here is the foundation blended out, and girl, I look crazy right now. I know that, but listen, I always feel like at this step of my makeup routine, I look absolutely insane. But don't worry, girl. It's all gonna come together in the end. Honestly, at this point in my makeup routine, I'm always like, girl, you just gotta trust the process. So the next item I'm gonna be using is from Kylie Cosmetics, and this is her bronzing stick in the shade Bronze Light. I actually recently used this in my Kendall and Kylie collection video, and girl, I have been obsessed with this. I love it. So here's what the shade looks like right here. Like I said, it's in the shade Bronze Light, and it is perfect for my skin tone. And to apply my cream bronzer today, I'm just gonna be using my Luxie 516 Dual Fiber Brush. And honestly, you guys, all I do is just take the brush and just kind of like apply some of the product to the brush. Nothing fancy. I just pick up as much as I want, and then I just start to stipple it on my cheekbone. And girl, she's pigmented. Okay, you guys, so cream bronzer is on. So anytime I'm working with cream products, I want to stick to having all the liquids together and then put all the powders on top. So in this collection, Maddie also launched this right here, which is called the Dew Bomb. And this is what it looks like. I love the packaging. But basically, this is like a dew stick, which, girl, I don't even know if you're going to be able to tell a difference right now because I already look super dewy. But we're going to give it a try because why not? I'm actually just going to apply this with my finger. So I'm just going to take a little bit. Ooh, this feels like, the texture of this actually feels like coconut oil, and as I'm rubbing my finger on here, I guess because my finger is warm, it's kind of melting. Can you guys see that? I definitely do feel like it did give me an extra glow. It is very pretty, I will say that. And I will say it's actually not interrupting my foundation underneath, which I appreciate. So I'm going to put some on my nose. Can you guys see the gloss on my cheeks? Oh my goodness, girl. So she also came out with 3 lip and cheek duos. These do come with 1 lip gloss and 1 cheek pop, which you can use on your cheek. So here's what Pink About It looks like. And I mean, you guys, it's going to match the eyes beautifully. So I did want to use this one today, even though you guys already know I am so tempted to use the Peach That Pops. It is gorgeous, but I'm gonna do pink today. I feel like I'm always doing a peachy blush, so let's do some pink. So to actually apply this blush today, I'm gonna be using the ColourPop F14 brush, which just looks like this. And honestly, girl, I'm just gonna dip my brush in there, and these are soft, like super soft. Yeah, these are like really, really soft. So I dipped my brush in there and you can see like the brush marks. Okay, you guys, so it's definitely a really pretty pink. Honestly, I feel like it didn't really show up on my skin. I'm not gonna lie, but that's okay. I did want to try one out for you guys. So now we're gonna work on concealer. So for concealer today, I'm gonna be using my Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer because I love it. And with any type of look like this, I definitely want to use products that I know are gonna work and are gonna make my skin look amazing. So I'm gonna be using this today, and mine Mine is in the shade Cream Cafe if you guys are interested. And as always, I'm going to tell you guys what powder I'm setting my under eyes with because I'm just going to do them together because girl, I crease in a second. I'm not even kidding. So I'm going to be using the Derma Blend powder today. I used to love this powder. Actually, I do love this powder, but I haven't used it in a while. So I figured why not use it today. And this one is honestly almost empty. I barely have anything in here. I'm just going to actually pour some into the cap. And then we can go ahead and blend this out. And then of course to set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using my Sephora Micro Smooth powder. Okay guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and bronze my skin because girl, we are looking so pasty. None of my foundations match right now. They're all too light. So we're going to have to fix this with some bronzer. I'm going to be using the Morphe bronzer. This is their Glamour Bronze in the shade Icon. And this is what it looks like right here. It is such a beautiful bronzer and it is huge. I actually think that this came out like 2 years ago and I still have so much product. So I'm going to be using this today. Okay you guys, so for blush, I'm going to go in with this Flower Beauty blush right here. I feel like it would look really pretty with today's makeup look. This one is in the shade Sweet Pea and it's actually really pretty. It's like a mauve blush. So I'm going to be applying this to the skin and I'm just using my usual Morphe E4 brush to apply this. And of course, it wouldn't be my kind of video if I didn't go overboard with the blush. I know. So what I'm going to do is just go back in with my little powder brush. Well, not even little, my huge powder brush. And I'm just going to just pat it out a little bit just to take away some of that pigmentation. There we go. Problem solved, girl. So now I'm going to go in with some highlights. I'm going to be using the Morphe Coca-Cola collection. And this one right here is the loose highlighter in the shade Pop It. And girl, we're going to put this on the cheekbones. Honestly, you guys, that's basically it for the face. So now let's move on to the exciting part and finish up this lower lash line. Okay, so for my waterline, I'm going to be going in with a ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Exit. This is just a pure white eyeliner. Any eyeliner will do, but girl, the ColourPop ones, you need them. They're amazing. And then I'm going to go back in with the shade called She Insists, and I'm just going to put that right on the outer part of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go back in with the shade number 5, and I'm going to put that in the inner part of the lower lash line, you know, to just make everything look nice and cohesive. And then I'm going to be taking the shade Butterfly Fantasy and I'm going to pop that right in my inner corner just to give that area some light. And then to finish up the eyes, I'm just going to put on some lower lash mascara, and that one is from KKW Beauty, of course. So for my lips, I used the KKW lip liner in shade Nude number 5, outlined my lips, and of course just filled them in just a little bit. And then for liquid lipstick, I first went in with the Laura Lee Los Angeles liquid lipstick in the shade NAKEY. It's the perfect nude. But then I went in with this one. This is from VEII Cosmetics and this is in the shade Pink Pearl. Super pretty liquid lipstick and the formula was just amazing. So to set everything in place, I'm using my Morphe setting spray. This is the Luminous one. It's one of my favorites and it really does give your skin a beautiful, healthy glow. So I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, something's missing. So I decided to go in with my Tartie's lip paint. This one is in the shade Namaste. If you've been following me for a while, then you know I love this liquid lipstick and this just took the look to another level. It is the perfect pale pink nude. And yeah, you guys, that is basically it for this makeup look. Okay guys, so here is the finished makeup look. What do you guys think? I think it came out super cute. I really do love it. And you guys, I am so impressed with how beautiful these pastel colors are. We all know it is not easy to make a pigmented pastel, but honey, these are absolutely gorgeous. I am in love. So as far as the eyeshadow palette, I absolutely love it, you guys. It is so worth the money. If you can definitely get your hands on it, I say get your hands on her. She is beautiful. And you guys, there's pops of color in here, but there's also super beautiful neutral shades as well. So I definitely think it's worth it, even if you're not going to be someone like me and use any of the bright colors. I think this palette is even a great way to start to get into color because they're not too shocking or too overpowering. They're definitely something that you can incorporate in a neutral eyeshadow look. So I definitely recommend the eyeshadow palette. Moving on to the lip and cheek duos, you guys, honestly, I would say pass on these. I do like the glosses, but what I don't like is the fact that the glosses, even though they look like a different color in the tube, they're actually all clear. Like they don't really have much tint to it. The blush was nice, but obviously I've only tried the pink one. I'm super excited to try the peach one and the berry one. The pink wasn't super pigmented on my skin tone, but that's okay. I'm not even complaining. I'm super happy that I have the other shades to try out. The blush just did not show up on my skin. And I also didn't apply the gloss because, guys, this makeup look looks really cute with the matte lip, so I kind of just want to keep the matte lip going. As far as the Dew Balm, I did really like it. As you guys can see in the video, it did give my skin a really nice radiance. The only thing I would say is mine is melting, but as far as the formula, I think it really is super beautiful. And yeah, you guys, that's basically everything for this collection. I really do love it. I think it is such a beautiful collection. I love the color story. I love the theme. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!